championships in North America. The reason it's North America is regular season, it's AOA Canadian championships, it's CONCACAF champions. So obviously very ambitious. That's what we want to be. We have this facility, we have a new stadium, renovated stadium that's coming along the way soon, and we want to be a leader in MLS and all those things, including being a consistent competitive for championships. So what you saw this year obviously was a transformation. We're still going through it. But at many levels, and that starts first with the players. There's 4 sort of strategic areas that we can look at as a club, and this is after looking at the more successful clubs in MLS. That's the players, that's staff, that's the budget management, and that's youth development. So for the players, we obviously made a lot of changes during the year. We have about 16 players come in, 16 players leave. You all sort of hear about the designated players, but I think just as importantly as all the other players, what we're trying to do in the next 3 to 5 years is to build a solid core of players that you can get to know. We're not moving players in and out all the time. It's having the talent that can withstand injuries. If you look at a team like RSL, they've had a solid core of players dating back to 2008 when they won the championship. So what we're doing now is we want to double the number of players over the next 3 years that are built for our academy. We want to double the number of players that are drafted on our roster. Right now we only have 3 players. The last 8 years, we only have 3 players that we drafted on our roster. 2 for this year, Daniel Lovitz and Nick Hagelin, and Kyle Becker. That for me is frankly unacceptable. We can't draft guys, it's down on the roster, and trade away for players that we don't hold around for very long. So what we're doing over the next few years is really trying to transform the roster, to free it up, so that we can build through this core. People that are local, young Canadians, and that's why it's so important that we have a thriving and robust academy. The second area is staff and organization structure. Obviously, we have made a coaching change drastically, and I know you all have suffered through many coaching changes. I'm here to tell you that the reason we did it is because we do have vision, we have values, and we need to hold people accountable to them. It's one of our core values. One of them is results. One of them is communication. And for whatever reason, the team has stopped playing. So sometimes you have to make difficult decisions. You have to make bold decisions. And you have to do it early enough so that you can still get results. For me, it was about the season. Primarily about this season, but also our entire vision. But couldn't wait any longer. We couldn't wait any longer. I think you saw last night, if you were watching, that something happened in that game. A really special moment. It started with Joe's save, and then a second save off that, just fantastic save on Jeff Lorena. And it built through, there's some momentum that was built through the game, culminating in Ibro's goal, first goal of the year, and then another goal that was taken away. So we got a point on the road. We obviously have a game against Chivas on Sunday. Really excited because we're 7 games now. We're right in the thick of it. We sat with the players before the game last night and we said, this is exciting. All of these games matter now. And that's why you're a professional soccer player. So this is the type of game you want to be in. It's not going to be easy. You've got to trust each other. You've got to be trustworthy. On the field, you get the ball, you've got to be critical. You've got to make runs for your teammates. All this stuff is culminating and hopefully provide wins and a playoff push over the next 7 games. The last 2 areas that we look at are budget cap management. Little information. Our CBA expires at the end of this year, so there'll be a lot of changes. I think our budget cap will go up. So right now it's around $3 million. It'll probably go up another $1 million or so. But it'll give us the resources to make additional changes. And the last area, coming full circle, is value development. We're looking at possibly adding a team in the USL Pro League that's partnered with Major League Soccer. The reason we're doing this is really threefold. First, there's a gap in our professional player trajectory. All of our players come up to U18, and then they make a decision. They go off to college, or a lot of players decide that they aren't going to college, and so there's no real clear pathway. So this year, when we put something in place that we're saying, hey, you need to look to go to college first, play soccer in college, and if you're good enough, not to go to college, we'll sign you to a pro contract. But right now there's this gap where we don't have any place to sign them. And so if we have this USL team, it'll allow us to fill that gap. It'll also allow us to protect our investment in the players. A lot of players are getting plucked away to go play in Europe. So we've got to make sure that we're protecting that and we're committing to the players and to our program. And the last is just having the ability of technical and structural control. Same philosophy that when you're a U10 player, you're playing with that same style of play all the way from U10 all the way to the first team. So doing a lot of other neat things in the academy. We started a department called the Cognitive Science Department. If you talk to some of the academy players, they're doing a lot of things on the pitch each day that helps their speed of processing on the pitch. Now with the change of Greg, the first team, we have expanded the role in the cognitive science to accompany the first team. We are on the first team. We are also having a scouting department now that is independent from the coaches. That is never happened here. So I think in hockey you see that there's these bus scouting networks, ground scouts. It doesn't matter if the coach changes, these scouts are still working. You always have this regular database of players that you're speaking to the board or CEO. That if you make a change, it's not like you're losing all the contacts. Traditionally, you lose all the contacts when the player, when the coach leaves. So now you have this independent department that allows you to make changes and not lose everything. We just started that. Although we've worked on it the last 6 months, but it just got off the ground this week. The college season just kicked off. So the last thing is we do have commitment to analytics here. I think that over the last year we really set up our databases to collect information, and now we're looking to apply it in the area of cap management, in the area of scouting, and in sports science and nutrition, making sure that our players are not susceptible to injury because of overtraining, as you've seen this year. So we recently brought someone in who can really look at that in a in-depth way. And I think last night was one of the first games we played without having an injury. It feels good. So, lastly, I want to speak about what affects you the most, which is stadium renovations. Obviously made a commitment to improving the professional environment on the pitch for our players, staff, and now it's your turn. Obviously, a significant commitment. Our owners, $1 million, to add roughly 8,000 seats to the stadium. Just to give you a little bit more specifics about it, the 2 years we paid about 8,000 seats. Inside there'll be a new club, approximately 5,000 square feet, or roughly 400 new club area to be fans and for guests. We're really excited about that area. There'll be 5 to 6 new washrooms, 5 to 6 new concession areas, and that's just on the east side. On the west side, we're going to expand the Rogers Club, double its size and double the capacity, around 700 people. And what's really neat about the renovations is we're adding a premium tunnel club. So if you've ever traveled to Kansas City or some of the new NFL stadiums, they have what's called a tunnel club. So you are down in the tunnel with the players as they're lining up to go onto the pitch at the beginning of the match. So there'll be a bar down there, and there'll be, I think capacity 300. But it's going to be a really neat environment for fans. So excited about these changes. You deserve it. And aside from that, I just want everyone to know that this transformation, this commitment to be ambitious, is not going away. We have this vision, we're sticking to the vision, these changes are consistent with it. We think it's rock solid. And if we end up selling a player, no matter who it is, that money will be invested back into the team for either designated players or a facility or something that will improve the team. So that's my commitment to you. Hopefully the commitment to us is just to continue your support, and I love seeing you guys out at the stadium. And we need you for the final push for the next few weeks and months. So thanks again for coming. I want to thank our staff for putting this together, Tricia and the whole ticketing group, sales and service. It's just a wonderful team. Enjoy yourselves today. I'm open for questions if you want to talk about something today I mentioned today. Thanks again, and go Reds.